What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna get some work done on the 2000 Civic Sedan. Last time I drove this was about 4 months ago. It had developed a leak somewhere and I'm trying to pinpoint where it's at. It has a bunch of new hoses on it. Previous owner said they did the head gasket, replaced a lot of the hoses. But the last time I drove it, I noticed it was leaking a little bit of coolant, so I'm letting the car warm up. Hopefully it reveals itself. I'd like to be able to pinpoint where that's coming from and get it changed really quickly. Then after that, I plan on installing some parts. Want to get on these Buddy Club Sport Spec coilovers. These were taken from the GSR when I sold it. Picked up a set of hard race rear LCAs. I wanted to, of course, just fix the bushings on the rear, so I decided to upgrade at the same time. Same with these. I bought some Buddy Club front extended lower ball joints. I don't like rolling around on unknown mileage ball joints, so figured at the same time I'd get extended ones. Got a front and rear camber kit. I don't know where the rear one is. It's around here somewhere. Also got a set of mud flaps, and I'm going to probably just throw on the Buddy Club wheels at the same time once I get it lowered. Hopefully it looks a little bit more aggressive. Almost forgot to mention, in case you're wondering why I went with extended ball joints essentially help create a better ride quality by restoring the front LCAs back to their natural position. So I want to try keeping the car riding as comfortably as possible once it's lowered. That's why I just went ahead and upgraded to the extended Buddy Club ones. After letting it run for a little while, the leak would not reveal itself. It wasn't missing a lot of coolant either, so it might be really minimal. Started feeling the hoses, and this one, which goes from the firewall to the intake manifold, it's pretty soft. And where it's at here, see how it's stretched out? I figured it was just time to change it. So then I have some extra 5/8 hose around. This one I bought prematurely. This one, even though it has a label on it, it's like super squishy. It doesn't feel like it doesn't, I don't know if it's doing the same job it should be. Like maybe it's on its way out because it is so soft and pliable now. So we're gonna just change that. Cleaned off as much as I could on the corrosion. These ones are the hardest to change anyways. That's why I wanted to change those, because something like this one actually feels really good. The two radiator hoses. This one actually is kind of soft, so I'm gonna probably change that one, but that one's super easy to get to. And there's another coolant hose that's right underneath the fuel rail. I think I'm gonna take this off and get to that also. And that one's a 5/16 hose, but it's only like, I don't know, maybe like not even 6 inches long. So I'm gonna finish changing up those, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a flush and then fill it with blue coolant instead of the green that was in the car. So all the hoses are changed. Had to remove the intake box to get the one underneath, but Ended up changing all of them. I even went to the store and bought a new upper and lower radiator hose. Just didn't want to mess with it. They seem swollen anyways, and I think it's just better to take care of it now while I'm doing it. So I'm going to refill it up with some coolant, and hopefully we can get in the garage and start working on the suspension. All right, coolant stuff is finished. Took a little longer than I wanted to, but wanted to make sure it was done and complete. Gonna move on to the suspension next. Probably pull hole knuckle, change ball joint, install the camber kit and then the coilover at the same time, and then just kind of move through the car. Hopefully we can get it finished up today. If not, we'll bust out here on another day. Now I was trying to get these mud guards to fit. This is a brand new like aftermarket set that came with the car when I bought it. I got the front one on. I don't really like the way it fits. It kind of fits like shit. And the rear one, it doesn't even, like if I squeeze it on, I don't know. And it doesn't fit anywhere close inside here. I think we're just gonna take these and see ya. So with the mud flaps being a fail, I forgot to order the bushings for the upper control arm. I like replacing those at the same time that I do the camber kit, so I'm gonna skip the camber kit and the lower ball joint today. I'm just gonna put the coilovers on, and I'll put the rear camber kit on, and then I'm also gonna put on the hard race lower control arms. Get the wheels put on, probably just wash it. I don't wanna pull it all apart right now. I wanna get it rolling again, and obviously I can't do that upper control arm without those bushings. I like to replace those. I don't want to have to go back in and do it again, so I'm going to wait on those two parts, and then that way I can get the car lined all at one time. But I'm going to move forward and get all these installed relatively quickly. It's not a slow job, and get the car on the ground, probably give it a wash. So I got it all installed. Rear's looking good with the new camber kit, rear lower control arms. I was a dummy and I had forgotten that the Skunk 2 front camber kit has bushings. Now, since I'm using it as a daily, I'm actually going to use these and just of course set them up where they need to be mounted appropriately so you don't wear out these rubber bushings prematurely. But I want the rubber. I want to maintain as soft a ride quality as possible. But regardless, I'm going to do those another day when I can knock out both those at the same time. I think I'm finished for today. I'm going to get it lowered. Let's see what it looks like, and hopefully I don't have to adjust the suspension too much. it's set up the way it was on the GSR. I have no idea how it's gonna fit. How it's gonna settle, I'm sorry, when I get it lowered. All right guys, all finished up. Man, it looks sharp, dig it. Probably a little heavier, might affect gas mileage a little bit, but sacrificing a little bit of that for some looks. I don't think it's gonna be much difference, but it looks fantastic. I didn't think the 16x7s would fit as well as they are on an EK, but you know, there's a good, fills the fenders pretty well. Has a 215/45 tire, and I think it looks sharp. Man, it looks really, Sedan looks much more aggressive now. It just looks much cooler. Once I get the camber kit on the front and a couple bushings I want to replace in the front lower control arms, I'd like to get it aligned and just leave it alone. Been contemplating putting some rear discs on here because I have a couple extra sets. I may do that just to rebuild them and then put them on, but I think this looks killer now. Let's see from this angle too, you can see how they fit very well on there. I love it. Here's a final look at the Sedan, guys. Thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for following along. We will see you guys soon.